Hi everyone, so today we will be doing a pick a card on what's blocking love for you, what if there are any repetitive patterns, or what is it that is not letting love in your life. So this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and that's pile number 3. Please take 3 deep breaths in, breathe out through your mouth, and see which pile you are intuitively called towards. And let's begin. Hi, pile number 1. So today we are asking what's blocking love for you, and yeah, let's see what the universe has to let us know about you. Okay, that's too many. Oh, we are starting with major arcanas. Um, the bottom deck energy is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment in general. A lot of you guys are stuck because of you are in one definite perspective about life, about yourself, because of which you're not able to manifest the kind of emotions actually I'm sorry, the kind of emotionally fulfilling relationships that you would want. And what I'm receiving is that a lot of it is connected with your self-worth, especially in terms of your career and your work environment, in terms of what you have gained financially and not gained, rather, in this case, because it feels like places where you actually worked with your heart and you wanted to do things that you wished, that you knew, would bring you ease, or basically actually tended to your heart. You were not actually given the recognition for the amount of work you had done. You were not treated equally. You were just given breadcrumbs as positives, or actually being congratulated or actually appreciated for the amount of work that you did. And this has left you, it's actually made you so much more serious about life, that you are not playful anymore, and you're stuck in that perspective towards life, that you need to be careful who you invest your energy in, with whom you invest your energy in. And it's not to say that boundaries are not good to have, but it's to also understand the fact that, are your boundaries choking you, are they limiting you? Because if these kind of boundaries are going to limit you only, then there is no point having walls that big, so much big that, I mean, even birds can't enter, or butterflies can't enter. So you would understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if it's so thick, so big, that small little things that actually bring joy to you are not able to reach you, even though they are just right outside the last layer of the wall that you have built, then are you truly enjoying life? I understand the fact that I myself have experienced this thing wherein I poured my heart out into something and I did not receive what I was expecting in terms of how the other person receives it. This is where we get a little blindsided for about what the outcome should be, because if we are doing and when we are doing something from our heart space, it it's if it's fully from your heart space, it's going to be unconditional. It cannot be conditional, and that's when we actually get stuck in our emotions, in the wounds that we have experienced. And it's not to say that you are wrong for it. When we do these things, we actually realize a new layer of where our boundaries not need to be there anymore, where we need to let go of this shell, this armor that's probably now in this point in life is not serving us. And so you guys have been blocking your own heart chakra because you are determining your self-worth with the experiences you probably have had in terms of work or any creative endeavor where it involved more people, where it was a group activity. The way you were like a free thinker, you were free about what you felt, you did not let yourself be shackled by the baggages of your previous experiences, come what may. Since it was not received by the people the way you wished it was to be received, you branded yourself as unworthy. And you must realize that these people probably were not at the same level of awareness or openness even that you were at, or were not as open to creative ideas as you were. And so in the exchange of this entire experience, what happened is people who saw you work or saw what kind of work you were producing, be it in any shape, like be it business wise or even work wise, like in business, if you were producing content or you were creating things that were really interesting and out of the world, probably people did not have that intellect or that hadn't reached that state of awareness to actually accept the beauty of it. The point is that might have led you to feel insecure about yourself, about your power, about your strength, and so you stopped communicating altogether. You stopped expressing what it is that you already have within you, what you are embodying within you, and you started seeing that as your negative qualities, whereas those people actually were in that experience, got their eyes opened up to a new perspective, a new idea, a new way to look at life, a new way to look at art, even a new way to devise methods or ways to come at a creative solution. And your experience had to help you understand that you will find people in your pathway that will not be ready to receive what you might be offering, but that is in no way, shape or form an identity of who you are as a person, or it does not lower the value of what you bring to the table. You guys are exceptionally gifted when it comes to manifesting ideas that are creative. When you operate from your heart space, you really bring absolutely new ideas, things that might not have been seen in the perspective that they could have been. And that is why it's so much more important for you to open up and just break down those immense and really high walls, so that those little butterflies, those little chirpy birds or the winged creatures can reach you and inspire you and basically help you see the light that is already within you and express to the community around you, express to the world around you, to the people around you, to yourself. This is the entire experience that's actually blocking your heart, because your creativity is being stuck by being in the mindset of oh, I need to be safe, I need to take care of what is mine, and you're not being open-minded or actually even open to what could come to you when you lower those walls down. This entire experience has given you the knowledge to actually move forward when people who are not receiving of you. And so like when people are not receiving of you, you would know how to work around it. You will act, not react, and you will be prepared for it. You are better for the experience you've had, and you are being asked to be playful, colorful, jovial, like this Fool card here. Let's see what chakras are coming for you. Don't mind my shuffling, I have baby hands. So we have the solar plexus and your crown chakra. Oh wow, we have the word "we" here in your crown chakra. So let's just read this one first. This is Lady Isis. She is one of my guides. I think she is. Yeah, it is her. And you see swans here as well. They are very spiritual animals, and they represent deep and unconditional love. Just like I said, like you can't be conditional with what you're expressing from your heart. And our heart space, our heart chakra is the anchor between all of the chakras, is what I understand from my own experience. So it's even more needed to take care of it. So the crown chakra is at the top of your head, like right in the middle. No, a little before the middle part. And let's see what is written here. I am blessed to be a part of the one. I honor and cherish my brothers and sisters, past, present, and future, who journey with me. Difference and polarity are not a threat, but an alternative view and experience. I embrace the shared experience of myself and others as eternal beings. We are one. Just like I told you guys, like everyone is contributing to this consciousness in a different way. You guys have a brilliant idea, but just because some people in the past did not accept you for who you are, that does not determine the worth or the identity of who you are and your ideas. So be in your power, express yourself unabashedly, shamelessly. Be when you are in your heart space, and because of being in your heart space, you operate from there. You would never harm another soul. And the other card is the solar plexus. It is the fire element. So what's written here is that my authentic power is achieved through self-esteem, love, truth, and authenticity. I forgive myself and others, release responsibility for others, and take responsibility for my life. It is safe for me to be powerful. I think and speak affirming, supportive words and imagine a life that I love. I co-create my reality. I don't think this card needs more explanation. It's very much in line to what we are seeing here already, that when you start operating from your heart space, it's going to release more and more power of your solar plexus and your crown chakra. Your solar plexus is your gut, all like around. Sorry guys, my camera got cut off. So I was about to pick a card from this deck. This is called the Starseed deck. Okay, that's too many. So we have no limitations. I told you, bring down those barriers. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. You are amazing, a multidimensional being who is an extension of the creator, of God, of source, of the universe, whichever energy you believe in is the creative force. So really, how can what you have to offer be in any way limiting or in or like not valuable at all? Celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. Pile one, please, please, please be authentic. Be your authentic self. What you have to offer, the ideas that you have to offer, especially from your heart space, are so divine, so pure, so important for the consciousness to actually receive. It's all bottled up inside, it's all within you. Release it fully. And that's how you will let love in, because when you release those barriers, when you are this happy self who trusts blindly in the universe and nothing else but in the fact that the universe has actually got your back. And because of that space of unlimitedness, of that space of infinite possibilities, you will bring ideas, you will bring energies towards yourself that are abundant, luscious, and emotionally satisfying for you. And this is all going to lead you to open up portals that just need to be opened up by you for you to let in love that you are trying to receive. It is going to lead to wish fulfillment. So that's it for you, pile number 1. I'll see you guys the next time. I sincerely hope you gained something from this and you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Today we are asking what's blocking love for you, and let's see what the universe has to let us know. And what's the advice to? Oh. I think we are. Wow. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Group 2. So what I'm receiving for you is that you this is again your blocks for or around love are associated with your self-worth, quite similar to group 1. So if you were drawn to it, do listen to that as well. I can see that you had to offer a lot when you were in the workspace, but you were not given the recognition that you seeked. People actually probably they used it recklessly. Whatever you had to offer, what you were offering was substantial, very deep, very full of potential. You knew this and you did it with all your heart. You put your body, sweat, soul, everything into it, but it was not given the importance, or it was handled too carelessly basically, and not given the worth that it had, or or accepted for what it was, or given the amount of appreciation that you required or your work required, because you built it with a lot of hard work, with all the learnings you've had, and not just during the time that you worked on the project, but obviously it feels, I mean, what I can see is that you have put into it your life experiences. That's how deep your offerings were when you were in this workplace or when you were in this work scenario, and it was carelessly looked at. It was not appreciated for what it was. People were basically like, man, it's nothing new and stuff like that, which I feel was their projection of their fear towards someone who was so openly expressing themselves and expressing their work. you just basically needed someone who would have actually valued truly the work that you had put in, the work that you had produced, for the work that it is, and the amount of creative energy from within you had gone into it, from your heart space, from your body, every like aspect of yourself. I'll just get some more cards for more clarity. It's like you are the dark horse of the, wow. We have the Tower here. So definitely this was a rude awakening for you. Very similar to pile 1, like I said, like your authenticity was basically not well received by the people around you. They thought it was an act for seeking attention, probably, or just to act cool, basically, is what they thought your offerings were or your ideas were. There was no reception towards the efforts, towards the beauty, and like the details till which you actually got into to produce the amount of work that you had produced was neglected, like it was not even seen. So this has definitely affected your solar plexus again, which is our gut. It's our personal power, and yep. So we have the Justice and the Page of Pentacles. This is a lot of earth energy. I feel what I'm receiving is that this entire experience where you had to offer your own inner gifts, or you were already offering your own inner gifts, and it was not well received. All of that was for you to again know that it's okay for people to, it's not okay in the sense that the way that they treated you, it's for you to understand that this X factor or this oomph factor that people think is weird because we are expressing ourselves truly, those people are closed off to it, and us being the black sheep of the family or the dark horse of the family is to bring in change, is to set in the new vibration. It is to set in the new phase in society where they are more accepting of people when they are in their truest form and not succumbing to societal norms. And I feel like this entire experience for you was so shaking because it was not only shaking you to the core, it was actually abrupt and very new for these people. This concept of you expressing yourself, or you bringing to the table something that was true and authentic and an extension of you, and it's balancing the scales between how the world used to be or is still very masculine in its energy, but the feminine is rising and it's coming into power eventually, like baby steps for sure, but it is definitely happening. So you being the oddball, you are the one who is one of the components of setting in the change of the rise in feminine energy. So you are helping balance those scales, and that's why this entire experience might not have been a very comfortable one for you, for sure, but it's definitely something on the level of your soul and not just platonic. The entire experience for you personally and for the entire consciousness. Like the bottom of the deck is the Magician. You guys are extremely powerful, very talented, good at communication. Inherently, your personal power is huge and very inspiring, but because of all of this, you see the amount of yellow in in your entire reading. So because of all of these experiences, you stepped back and thought that, my I am too weird to fit into society, and so you've blocked yourself from receiving the love that you wish to receive, from receiving the harmony that you wish to receive, and you're trying to now fit into people's ideas of what is, like, maybe not consciously but subconsciously, uh, you are trying to fit into the ideas of what is normal in society rather than being your true self. And that's causing for, it's actually probably what you were doing, and that's also what caused the Tower movement, and to become more acceptable in society. But you are being encouraged to not do this, because this is what is not letting true, authentic, emotionally fulfilling relationships to come into your life. And you are not able to not being your true self and not being able to express what's in your heart is one of the toughest challenges to go through. It's suffocating, to say the least, and it's really disempowering. So please know your worth, know what you bring to the table is of utmost importance. It's abundant and it is beautiful. Like, you bring in ideas that people might not be aware of or might not even think of, but the contribution that you make is immense just by being yourself. So let's see what chakra cards we have for you. Oh, we have 3 cards for you. And we do have letting go. I can't say if it's the bottom, probably it is the bottom of the deck. It is, this card represents the sacral chakra, which is our chakra of emotional well-being, our sexuality, the creative life force actually comes from this chakra. And like I said, because of the apprehensions you face from others for being you've blocked this creative force, and it's important to balance this right now. And other than that, you've got a lot of emphasis on your root chakra, which I was also being drawn to, because you were feeling unstable, not grounded. You are feeling that way because of not being able to express yourself, of speaking the truth that you are. Did we get this one? I don't remember. So let me read what's written for the throat chakra, which is a chakra for communication and speaking and being our truth. So the card says, I know when to stay silent and when to speak. I speak with clarity, knowing what to say and how to say it. I take enough time to go inward, listen, reflect, understand, and gain clarity of thought. I take the time to say and express exactly what I need to. I have clarity. I told you guys, you being true to yourself is a gift in itself, and all of this experience helps you understand better when it's time to, you would know if the other person is ready to listen to the truth that you have to offer, and you wouldn't feel bad if they are not, because you would understand that that's not them. Perceiving you as something or someone is not an identity or a measure of who you are or a measure of your worth. So please communicate your truth, be in your truth, live in your truth. I keep repeating this on my Instagram as well. So we have 2 cards from the root chakra. The first one is stability. The root chakra, the throat chakra is basically at the core of our throat, and the root chakra is at the tailbone. Excuse me. Stability says, I allow myself to give and receive support. I trust in the pathway that unfolds before me. I recognize the interconnectedness of all things. I lovingly support myself with kind thoughts of encouragement, compassion, and understanding. And natural world. I am one with nature, and nature is one with me. I told you, you are the child of the universe. You are an extension of source energy. You are not a weirdo for being in your truth. Live it. I honor the rhythms of nature and flow with the seasons. I walk upon this earth gently but firmly, as my ancestors have done before me. I know when to move forward and when to retreat, when to cultivate and when to grow, when to yield and when to harvest. I belong. That's such a beautiful message. All of this that's summing up basically the entire reading for you is for you to help you understand that regardless of how ugly or painful this entire awakening or this entire experience was for you, it is at the level of collective consciousness that the change that you're bringing in and affecting positively by being yourself. Let's see what the Star Seeds cards have to say. Inner worlds is the same as pile number 1. It says your external world is a reflection of your inner world. So the amount of acceptance you have for yourself is what will reflect outside of you. So if you go into the wrongness of who you are as a person, or of your likes or of your dislikes, or of where you want to invest your energy or not, if you go into the wrongness of that, people will see it as a fault too. And when you make peace with it, when you know it's actually your strength to understand yourself and accept yourself fully, people who do not accept you or can't receive you will really not be around you. They cannot be, because your vibration will be different, and the people who will be there to help you thrive and not just survive in this plane and in your life journey. I hope this reading helps you bring more clarity as to how you can bring in more love by just simply accepting yourself and loving yourself. It will open up doors for you like anything, like abundance of emotionally fulfilling relationships. And yeah, I hope the reading helps you. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys the next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. So today we are asking what is blocking love for you, and any and all advices we can get from the universe as to how you can let go of those blocks or clear the blocks and let love in. We have the Two of Scrolls at the bottom of the deck, which is the Two of Swords, which is basically in traditional tarot, it's a stalemate, it's being stuck in your head. So let's get into it. Pile number 3. It's funny, everyone's got all the 3 piles. I've got the first card, the Fool. In traditional tarot, here it's represented by Merlin. What I'm receiving is that you guys might have unknowingly indulged, or not unknowingly, knowingly at some level, but like without awareness, indulged in relationships that were not helpful for you. And you kept on waiting, or you were in relationships wherein you were led on by the other person, and you were someone who are coming off as someone who is very good as a communicator and has a lot of inner wisdom, and it feels like you are someone who is more leaning towards being an empath or a highly sensitive person, and loves to nourish the people around them and be as nurturing as they can be. But the point is, some people you were in any sort of a close relationship probably felt suffocated by you. This is not to diss on you, just being honest, because they did not know how to receive. I'm sorry, they did not know how to receive the abundance of love that you had to offer, and it caused the stability that you had in your mind to actually become chaotic and basically just disrupt, probably. The kind of future probably you might have envisioned did not work out, because this person probably are a repeated cycle of relationships like this, be it with a significant other or a friend or even cousins or any kind of relationship. You showered them with so much love without being aware of how much they are ready to receive, or where they feel uncomfortable. You were not able to gauge that. They felt uncomfortable because they did not have the knowledge to receive the love that you had to offer, or receive the nourishment that you had to offer, and so they felt like you were suffocating them, or you were not letting them breathe in the relationship. And so that caused a lot of disruption within you. You could not, like your emotions were, you actually went through a lot of emotional upheaval, a lot of disruption of your emotional well-being. You are someone who loves to nourish people around them, be there for them, be the mother for them, be regardless of you are a male or a female. You just have that quality of divine feminine energy, which is that of nurturing. But the point is, if it gets too much, if it is coming from a space of codependency, which could have been a case for you wherein you probably were in relationships as a child, maybe with the adults around you or with your siblings around you, because of whatever condition might have been at home, which to me is coming as for a couple of you, your family life might not have been the ideal one. So you probably would have been in a position where you had to take on the armor of diffusing situations, of trying to bring in love and joy for the person getting affected majorly, or for the entire family probably getting affected majorly because of whatever circumstances there were. And you took on the responsibility to be there to help others out, to build that nest of love, of ease, of knowing that in this chaos there is this space where I can create, like the space that I have created for my loved ones to come and retreat, rejuvenate or regenerate their energy. But in carrying that energy within you in your relationships currently, or the relationships beyond your family or your close ones. You became too nurturing and you did not realize the independence you had to carry, or the need of the space that the other person had in their mind, which was in some way, shape, or form invaded, and that led to the blocks that you have now in letting love in. Because now you are perplexed, like, I followed my intuition, I followed my emotions, I was so much in love with this person, I was so much dedicated to this friend of mine, but they did not reciprocate it, or they did not accept me for who I am, or whatever. But the point is, not everyone is built in the mindset or a space in their heart to actually accept that amount of huge love without feeling restricted. And it also hampers your own abilities to be more contributing to the people in the society, and you start, blaming yourself, and you actually start doubting your own intuition if your gut feeling is right or wrong. And so you become hesitant to express, like, that's what I am receiving, that you have become hesitant to express love that you have. It's just that you need to do it in moderation, and this is when you are aligned, be it in any sort of archetype or any sort of energy, that, like, the feminine or masculine, the yin or yang, whatever energy you are embodying, or a balance of both. If you are in that balanced state, every energy performs the best when it's in moderation, when it's healthy, and it's only healthy when it's taken care of fully by you, with a perspective of self-introspection and not self-judgment. I am not at all saying that the love that you offer is vicious or it's manipulative. It's just that you lose track of where the other person starts, and so you start feeling a sense of blame towards yourself, that maybe I'm not lovable enough, like, or maybe I'm not worthy of their attention. It's just that probably they need some space, probably you need your space as well, because your identity is not just that of a healer, it's not just that of a mother, it's so much more. That's just an aspect of you. It's not the only aspect of you. So that space or the energy of who you are has to be established, not just for the other person, for your own self, so that you identify what you are, what's your liking, what is it that you want to what is the kind of life that you desire, what is the kind of job or the workspace or business that you wish to live that you wish to create, or what are your creative outlets, like, what is it that you are interested in? Is it music, is it dancing, is it singing, is it drawing, painting, reading books, is it poetry, is it creating sculptures? What is it that you are interested in? Is it interacting more with Mother Nature, or is it actually going to a restaurant and having a hearty meal? What is it that you require? Your design of life should not be integrated so heavily and influenced so heavily by someone else, be it even your parents, that you lose sight of who you are as a person. Every one of us surely is an extension of the creator, of the source energy, but we ourselves bring an X factor to the consciousness. Each of our thoughts are important, each of our likes are important for the consciousness to expand, and that's how it's infinite, that's how it's ever evolving. And I'm sure you've heard that change is the only constant. So I think it's time for you to understand that you don't have to be the healer or the excessive empath that you are to everyone around you. You will know when you are in tune with your emotions, and does in tune with your intuition, where your empathic skills are necessary. It's actually necessary everywhere, but where you have to invest more of it and where not to, it's totally in your hands. So let's see what cards are, sorry, what the the chakra cards have to say. Okay. We already have heart chakra. Okay, so definitely that had to come out too. See, I told you it's very strongly related to your heart space and how you basically what your love language is. And we have compassion here, again from the heart chakra, and ease and grace. So let's read the compassion one. For also, if you see, this mother is mothering their child, right? So now it's time to focus that love that you offer to everyone around you towards yourself, and experience the peace and satisfaction within it, the joy within it, the power of loving yourself and mothering yourself. So it says, I see all things through eyes of love. In my heart, I find compassion and understanding for those who are struggling and misaligned with themselves, their higher wisdom and purpose. I am kind and compassionate with myself and others and forgive myself for my judgments. Love is a gentle, powerful presence that radiates through me when I quieten and deepen. Or it is safe for me to be gentle and graceful. I follow my heart's desire and take the path of least resistance. It is easy for me to be gentle and graceful when I connect to the rhythms of the earth and the universe. I flow gently and easily. And this one says I'm compassionate. Gently and easily. Like I told you guys, don't be so focused on the fact that everyone needs to be mothered excessively. In fact, you're giving too much of your love and power away when you do this and are not tending to yourself. And we have the solar plexus chakra as well, and it says free will. I recognize that I always have choice and free will in any given situation. So like I said, don't give in to your life structure being influenced by someone else's and forgetting who you are. You have free will. Your uniqueness is necessary for the consciousness to expand. As I face my life lessons and learn from my experiences, I realize that there is never a wrong direction. I trust the decisions that I make and choose love, forgiveness, and expansion over fear and lack every time. I always have a choice. You don't have to prove yourself to be worthy of someone's love. You're already lovable. Please, please, please understand that. You are just by existing alone worthy of love, and there is no need for you to jump hoops and prove time and again to people that you care, you love, so that they don't leave you. You do not have to worry about that. You will never be left alone. Your guides, the energies that you believe in, be it angels or not, guides or the universe or Mother Earth, they are always, always, always supporting you. So with the forgiveness message coming through strongly in both these cards, I feel like people with whom you probably would have been in codependent relationships, it's time to forgive them, because that's definitely holding you back into venturing into new relationships. We have creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. that's, I think it aligns quite well with how I was just saying that forgiveness is required for you to release those people from your energy field so that you can create new relationships that will be fulfilling for you, that will be the kind that reciprocate the same amount that you are investing, and you will create new awareness, new boundaries, like not boundaries that are keeping you stuck, but establishing your truth, establishing your identity, so as to know where it is that you start and where it is that the other person starts, and basically not give away too much of yourself and forget who you are. So creating everything from scratch for yourself in relationships with the experiences you've had, and knowing that all those experiences were important for you to carry out, for you to actually become more emotionally intelligent, be more in tune with your intuition, and understand as an empath, as a highly sensitive person, where to invest and where not to invest, and take it all in a positive, or let me just say, like, it is what it is stride, and not making it significant enough to become your identity. And just like I said, the other card is release. It says release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. I think that's quite self-explanatory. Okay, I'm confused, but forgive me. Yeah. So these are your messages, pile 3, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you gained something from it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.